acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Could all acquaintance be forgot? And these of old anxiety, for all anxiety, my dear. For all anxiety, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet. For days of old anxiety, which run up the grace and pull the goals fine. But we wandered money a weary foot since days of old lie in the burn. Morning sun till but seas between us break since days of old lie. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old anxiety. And surely you'll be your pines too, and surely I'll be mine. And we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang. And there's a hand, my trusty fear, and G's a hand, oh thine. And we'll talk, all right, good Willie. What? For all anxiety, for all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for any. For all anxiety, my dear, for all I will take a cup of kindness. For all la 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 Should old acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgotten in days of old life? For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll tuck a cup of kindness yet for days of old anxiety. We tweet, they run up the brace and put the goons fine. But we've wandered weary foot since days of old anxiety. And we tweet bled in the bird for a morning sun till die. But cease between us roar since days of old life. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old anxiety. And surely you will be your pine stoop, and surely I'll be mine. And we'll tuck a cup of kindness yet for all anxiety. And a hand, my trusty fear, and geese a handle. And we'll talk what good Willie we want for all anxiety. For all anxiety, my dear, for all anxiety, we'll tack a cup of kindness yet. For all anxiety, my dear, for all we kind, for law. Another year you made a promise, another chance to turn it all around. And do not save this for tomorrow. Embrace the past and you can live for now. And I will give the world to you. Speak louder than the words before you, and give them meaning no one else has found. The role we play is so important. We are the voices of the underground. And I will give the world to you. Say everything you've always wanted. Be not afraid of who you really are. 'Cause in the end we have each other, and that's at least one thing worth living for. And I would give the world to you, a million suns that shine upon me, a million eyes, you are the brightest blue. Let's tear the walls down that divide us and build a statue strong enough for you. I pass it back to you, and I will wait for you. 'Cause I would give the world, and I would give the world, and I would give the world to you. This is a new year, a new beginning. You made a promise, you are the brightest. We are the voices, this is the new year. We are the voices, this is the new year, a new beginning. You made a promise, we do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Happy Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with the note saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been. But if you kiss me now, I know you'd fool me again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away this year to save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, the very next day you gave it away this year to save you from tears. I'll give it to someone special, special. Oh baby, a crowded room, friends with tight eyes, I'm hiding from you, and you're so lies. My God, I thought you were someone to rely on me. I guess I was a shoulder to cry on, a face-on lover with the fire in his heart, a man undercover, but you tore